Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and today I'm going to be reviewing James Harden's budget shoe, right? So the step back line has been pretty damn solid. I don't know what happened to his BE line. That was also his kind of like budget shoe line. Maybe the step back is what's replacing it. I don't know. But this shoe is actually going for 95 bucks. And if you guys do want to cop, I try to leave an affiliate link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the Tracciones. And in this colorway, we have pretty much like a semi-translucent black rubber outsole, right? We have some pods, right? We got two pods here in the forefoot and another pod here in the heel. Got Adidas logo here and the Harden logo where the ball of your foot is, right? And also says step back 3 right here, kind of like in the middle of the outsole. So overall traction is actually really nice. I did have to break it in, however, I didn't really have to break it in that long. Like after like a day or two, it started to get really good. When I first got onto the court, it was sliding around just a tiny bit. But like I said, once I broke it in, it started to get really good, right? So on a clean court, you're gonna be stopping pretty damn well, right? And there is a little bit of squeak. It does get squeakier once you break it in and once you play in it more, but it's not like a crazy loud squeak, unfortunately, right? So yeah, if you're playing on a clean court, you're gonna be good to go. You stop very, very well. It has a very solid bite. However, it does pick up a little bit of dust, right? And it's nothing terrible, but it picks up dust pretty quickly. But the good thing is that it's a very easy wipe, right? You just do like 1 to 2 slight wipes and you're good to go. So I didn't really mind it all too much because I don't really mind wiping that much. The thing that I don't like usually is that, you know, if it's a really, really hard wipe, right? Some shoes, it's like you really have to take out all the dust and debris from the outsole. But for this one, it really wasn't that big of a deal. And also for outdoor use and durability, you should be fine. The rubber is very hard. The grooves are thick and deep. So outdoor use, you should be good to go here in the Harden Stepback 3. So overall, my experience with the traction was very good. However, I wouldn't say it's like top tier, right? But it's definitely a solid option. And now moving on to the heel to toe transition. Heel to toe transition definitely wasn't my favorite, right? And of course, heel to toe transition is pretty subjective, right? There's some people that don't care that much about it, and there's people that do care about it like I do, right? So I like a shoe that feels very smooth and very comfortable, especially when I'm running down the court doing heel dominant strides. But here in the step back 3, as you guys can see, look at this. The heel is crazy caged. I mean, it does have a rounded shape, so it's not terrible, but it is pretty clunky, right? So that definitely does suck. And then here in the forefoot, we have a pretty flat shape actually, but a good amount of forefoot flex. So here in the forefoot, it's not terrible, but it also does slap. So here in the heel, a little clunky, and then it kind of slaps. So definitely not the smoothest for heel to toe transition. Like for example, a shoe that has very, very good heel to toe transition is the JB one. Just like, look at this. Look at the shape of this. Just like a crazy U shape, and we have nice forefoot flex. And also another one that has very good heel to toe transition is a Curry 10, right? So, I mean, it wasn't terrible for the step back 3, you know, especially comparing to like the Jordan 12, which is absolutely terrible. But in my personal opinion, I wish it was a little bit better, right? Well, some things I would have changed is make the forefoot curve a little bit more and also not cage it as much. So overall, heel to toe transition, not amazing. And now moving on to the cushioning setup, we got full length bounce, but it's hella caged, right? And you have pretty damn good court feel. And like I mentioned before, you have all this cage. So from the actual midsole, there's zero compression, right? And also, if you look at the insole's pretty bad. It's your regular Adidas like crappy insole. And then if you feel the stroke board is actually quite stiff. So step in comfort and underfoot cushioning is very, very stiff. And then coupling that with zero compression from the actual midsole, it's not that nice, right? So for impact protection, not great. For compression, not great. Comfort, not good. So like, yeah, the cushioning setup wasn't that nice. But if you're looking for something responsive and low to the ground, this is great. I mean, you can do that with like regular Phylon. I mean, bounce is actually pretty damn nice. You know, I just wish they wouldn't have caged it this much. You know what I mean? So cushioning setup, not that nice here in the Harden Stepback 3. Now moving on to the materials. So we have like this textile mesh material going through like the entire upper. So here in the toe box, it's actually really soft, right? And it's on the thinner side of things as well, and conforms to your foot very well. You don't need to break it in. There's not a whole lot of pinching from this material. There was, however, a little bit of pinching from this material, right? But then I did break it in, and I don't really notice it as much anymore, but it still kind of digs into the top of my pinky toe, so that's kind of annoying, but I guess it is necessary to stiffen up the material, make it a little bit more supportive. And then for the tongue, we have pretty minimal padding, like a little bit less than average, I would say. And also the tongue is a half booty construction tongue, giving you a better overall one-to-one fit. And then here in the ankle area, I would say it's around average for the padding as well. So overall materials, the quality also isn't that bad. I actually really like this textile mesh material. It like doesn't really feel that cheap, and everything else on this shoe is also not that bad. I guess like the fuse and like the synthetic material is a little bit on the cheaper side of things, but I'm honestly not that mad at the quality of the material, and also it feels nice on foot, comfortable, besides I guess this piece, but overall it feels nice. So the materials for me was pretty damn good. And now moving on to the fit, I went true to size and it fits me very well, right? So my toes go very close to the edge of the shoe, so if you don't like that, maybe go up half a size, but like yeah, my toes are very close to the edge. And also here in the toe box, it's quite snug, right? This material does stretch out, however, so the fit did get a little bit roomier here in the toe box, but not by much. And then as far as the width goes, I would say it's around normal width. So overall, the fit was very good for me. And if you want like a more snug fit, then go true to size. If you have a wide foot or you want a roomier fit here in the toe box, then probably go up half a size. Now moving on to the support and lockdown, very good. I mean, it's Harden, you know, he's doing a lot of side steps, a lot of Euro stepping, you know what I mean? So he needs good lateral containment, lateral support. So here in the forefoot, like I said, we have this fuse, and also if you guys can see, this eyelet kind of comes down here into the material to add a little bit more support as well. So here in the forefoot, I was good to go. My foot wasn't coming out of the footbed at all. And then here in the heel, we have the bounce midsole actually coming up, and also this plastic. This is actually plastic, you know, and it's kind of like an external heel counter, kind of, you know, but also cages the cushion. So that also helps with lateral containment here in the heel. So overall, I was good to go. I had zero issues, and also I feel like if you're a bigger dude doing a lot of shifty moves, you should be fine here in the step back 3. And also for lateral stability, I was good to go. You know, Harden's and Adidas shoes in general give us very wide bases, especially here in the forefoot. So it was very good for lateral stability, and also it's just a really flat shape as well, right? So support and lockdown was very good. As far as heel slippage goes, there was a little bit of heel slippage. I mean, it wasn't heel slippage, but my heel didn't feel like completely locked down in the heel. So it wasn't like a terrible thing. It wasn't a huge deal, but I wish, you know, maybe there was like Achilles pillows or Achilles pads to make the heel lockdown a little bit better. But again, it wasn't that bad. So overall, support and lockdown was very good for me. Now moving on to the weight of the shoe, I'm feeling like it's gonna be on the heavier side of things, like 13.62 ounces. Let's check the other pair. 13.58 ounces, right? So it's a little bit heavier than average, and it does feel kind of heavy, especially on the bottom of your foot. So it is quite bottom heavy, especially here in the heel. It does feel a little chonky and a little bulky because of all of this. And look at how much it protrudes out, right? But overall, like, it's a pretty responsive shoe. You know, when I was playing, traction was good, cushion was responsive, and my foot wasn't sliding around inside of the shoe as well. You know, like good lockdown and all that. So overall, I did have a good time playing in the shoe. There was just a few things that, like, it wasn't terrible and it didn't make me hate the shoe, but then it kind of made me like not like the shoe as much, especially comparing to other shoes, like the flatter shape of the outsole, the cushion being very clunky, and also a slapper, you know what I mean? So things like that, you know, like I said, it wasn't terrible, but made me dislike the shoe a little bit, right? Now moving on to the ventilation, not a whole lot of airflow through this. So I'd actually say it's on the warmer side of things for ventilation. And as far as the aesthetics go, I like it. You know, I love this colorway, black and gold, and the overall silhouette looks great to me as well. It actually might be like my top 5, top 3 designs that Adidas has to offer, right? So tell us what you guys think of these aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, for 95 bucks, it is a solid shoe. I wouldn't say it's top tier, however, in my personal opinion. But if you do want to get it, you can definitely make it work and you'll have a pretty good time playing in it. Like, for example, in my personal opinion, I like the Dame Certifieds a little bit better. You know, it's a little bit lighter, traction's better, it's a little bit smoother for heel to toe transition, better cushion because it's not caged. So I do like the Dame Certifieds better, but like I said, you can definitely make it work here in the step back 3. But anyways, that about wraps it up for my review of the Harden step back 3. Again, if you guys do want to copy, I'll try to leave an affiliate link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.